Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Ankura Education. Our today's topic is types of electron emission. We know that electrons at absolute zero possesses energy ranging from 0 to EF, that is the Fermi level. It is the characteristics of the substance, but this energy is not sufficient to escape from the metal. So they must possess some energy. EB is equal to EW plus EF, where EB is the barrier's energy, EW is the work function in electron volts, and EF is the Fermi level. Types of emissions by which electron can emit are thermionic emission, and the second one is secondary emission, photoelectric emission, and the last one is high field emission. Let us discuss about these things in detail. First one is the thermionic emission. Suppose that the metal is in the form of a filament. It is heated by passing a current I through it. Due to the current, the temperature of the metal increases, so that as the temperature increases, there is an energy distribution taking place in the metal. Due to that, the sum of the electrons gets energy which is greater than EB, sufficient to escape from the metal. That means the thermionic emission is a kind of emission in which the electrons emit due to the current passing through the metal. Let us now define EW, that is the work function of the metal. It represents the amount of energy that must be given for the electron to escape from the metal. The ionic current I Thevenin is given by I Thevenin is equal to S into A naught into T square into e power minus EW by KT. Let us say this as equation number 1. We can rewrite this equation as I Thevenin by S is equal to A naught T square into e power minus EW by KT, where I Thevenin by S is equal to J, which is called as the current density. This also can be modified as J is equal to A T square into e power minus B by T, where A is equal to A naught and B is equal to minus EW by K. Let us say this as equation number 2, where A naught is a constant whose dimensions are in amperes per meter square, and S is the surface area and its units are meter square. T is the temperature in degree Kelvin. K is the Boltzmann constant. And we know that EW is the work function in electron volts. This equation is called as the Fermi emission current or Richardson-Dashman equation. EW is also called as the latent heat of evaporation of electrons, similar to evaporation of molecules from a liquid. Taking logarithms for equation number 1, we get log of I Thevenin is equal to log of S A naught minus EW by KT into log E plus log T square. So this also can be modified as log of I Thevenin minus 2 log T is equal to log S A naught minus 0.434 into EW by KT. Since log E is equal to 0.434, that we have substituted in the above expression. So if a graph is plotted between log of I Thevenin minus 2 log T versus 1 by T, then it results in a straight line whose slope is minus 0.434 into EW by KT, from which EW can be determined. That is, the work function can be determined from this graph. I Thevenin and T can be determined experimentally. I Thevenin is a very strong function of T, that is the temperature. For tungsten, the work function EW is equal to 4.52 electron volts. This is a predetermined value. Discuss about contact potential, which help us to understand the above concept in detail. So consider the two metals in contact with each other forming a junction at C as shown in the figure. The contact difference of potential is defined as the potential difference VAB between points A and B. That is, it just outside the metal 1 and outside the metal 2. The reason for the difference of potential is that when two metals are joined, the electrons will flow from the metal of lower work function, say M1, to the metal of higher work function, that is, say M2. So, since EW is equal to EB minus EF, EW is small, that is, EF is large. So, EW is small means EF is large. Flow of electrons from metal 1 to 2 will continue up to the metal 2 has acquired sufficient negative charge to repel extra new electrons. EB value will be almost same for all the metals, but EF differs significantly. In order that the Fermi levels of both the metals are at the same level, the potential energy difference EAB, that is, potential difference means EAB, that is EW2 minus EW1, that is the contact difference of the potential energy between two metals and is equal to the difference between their work functions. If metals 1 and 2 are similar, then contact potential is 0. If they are dissimilar, the metal with lower work function become positive since it loses its electrons. Second one is the high field emission. As the name suggests that the emission of electrons takes place due to high intense electric field. That is, suppose a cathode is placed inside a very intense electric field, then the potential energy is reduced. Very intense electric field, say up to 10 to the power of 9 volts per meter, then its barrier is very thin as 100 angstroms. That means its barrier is very thin. So the electron will travel through the barrier. This type of emission is called as high field emission or autoelectric emission. The other name for high field emission is autoelectric emission. The third of emission is secondary emission. The emission of electrons due to electron bombardment is called as secondary emission. This type of emission depends upon the energy of primary electrons, angle of incidence, type of material and the surface condition, that is, whether it is smooth or rough. The yield or the secondary emission ratio, which is equal to number of secondary electrons to the primary electrons. It is very small for pure metals, that is from 1.5 to 2. By contamination or by coating an alkali on the surface of the metal, this ratio can be improved to 10 to 15. And the fourth and the last one is photoelectric emission. The emission of electrons due to incidence of light is known as photoelectric emission. The energy possessed by photon is hf. This we already know, where h is the Planck's constant and f is the frequency. For photoelectric emission to take place, the energy possessed by the photon, that is hf, must be greater than or equal to E phi, where phi is the voltage equivalent of work function, which is in volts. That means the energy of the photon must be at least equal to the work function of the metal. The minimum frequency that can cause the photoelectric emission is called as the threshold frequency, denoted by Ft, which is equal to E phi by h, and the threshold wavelength lambda, that is equal to C by Ft, and that is equal to Ch by E phi. If we substitute Ft, we get this equation. So, if the frequency of radiation is less than the threshold frequency Ft, then the additional energy appears as the kinetic energy of the emitted electron. Therefore, hf is equal to phi e plus half mv square. This is the kinetic energy and this is the work function. So, where v is the velocity of the electron in meters per second. We know that v is equal to under root of 2 ev by m. V is the, here this v is the applied electric field and this v is the velocity of electron. So, therefore, hf is equal to phi e plus ev. This is an equation regarding the photoelectric emission. There are 4 laws for photoelectric emission. The first one is, there is a threshold frequency, say Ft. Below the threshold frequency, there is no emission of electrons takes place. That means below Ft, no electron will be emitted from the metal. And the second one is amount of photoelectric emission, that is the current is proportional to the intensity. And the third one is photoelectric emission is instantaneous, but there is a time lag which is almost in nanoseconds. And the fourth one is photoelectric current, whose units are amperes per watt, depends upon the frequency f. So there ends our discussion. We discussed about the 4 types of emissions of electrons. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. For any doubts and suggestions, please do comment in my comment box. Thank you.